listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. Man, oh man, we got a lot going on. We got more on this CM Punk brawl out with the elite nonsense. Was Larry the Dog really hurt?
Nope.
I guess we will see. We got AEW Dynamite, and what is going on with MJF? Has MJF the devil tricked us all? I don't know, but I'm very, very interested to talk about it. But first, check out my socials. Follow me, RJD, RJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat, RJD_199 on Instagram, and most importantly, follow What's the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor as well. We are looking forward to Rumble, and there is another platform I'm going to be getting on, Apple Music, for the Apple Podcast. So look out for that as well. They're just dragging their feet, but it's coming. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling. Welcome to What the Wrestling. I definitely will be getting a curtain soon. Probably going to be getting one tomorrow, so look out for that. Got to keep the sun out while we getting the job done. And speaking of job, there's a lot going on. But I only ask you, you have only one job to do. Hit the goddamn like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, What the Wrestling. As always, you already know. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about CM Punk. Once again, we're talking about Brawl Out, a.k.a. All Out, a.k.a. The Elite versus Punk. Round 1. Fight.
Nope.
Man, I'm tired of talking about this. I'm sure a lot of you are tired of hearing about it, but we have some new developments. There was a report that came out today that talked about Punk's involvement in the backstage brawl where he had a fight with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. As previously reported, AEW has suspended everyone. Everyone who listens to me should already know this. But recent reports suggested that Punk's dog, Larry, was injured during the backstage brawl. So, while speaking on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that when he spoke to the Elite's side, he was told that it was a complete lie.
Get the fuck out of here!
He goes on to continue. Quote, what was said is basically it's an outright lie. It did have that told to me. Oh, I thought it said it. I did have that told to me. End quote. Quote again. I had heard from his, CM Punk's, side on and off since a couple of days right after it happened. Never in 7 weeks have I heard anyone mention anything about the door being, the door opening and hitting the dog being hurt or anything like that. I just find this so weird. The side that was trying to defend him all along never brought that up once, and now all of a sudden that's the story. And like I said, the other side just called it a lie. So here's the deal.
Get the fuck out of here!
Apparently Larry, CM Punk's dog, had 2 teeth pulled out because he was hit in the face with the door after the door was supposedly kicked in. Now, to me, I always thought the door kick-in story was cap.
Stop the cap.
And the reason is because you try kicking in the door at an arena. You can't kick in those goddamn doors. Those not stainless steel. Those steel doors, when they're locked, they're locked. You ain't kicking that shit in. That was first and foremost. Even if it was a swing door, maybe I could have went for it. But if his door was just closed and the knob, it was a regular door, I highly doubt that anybody could kick it in. That's first and foremost. Secondly, like Dave said, why nobody brought that shit up earlier? Listen,
Stop the cap.
if that dog was hit, there would have been such an they would have been calling for people's jobs. Oh my God, it's cruelty to animals. Oh my God, how could you hurt a dog? Oh my God. The animal rights people, everybody and their mother on the internet would have been calling for jobs. They would have been like, sue him, call the animal rights people. I mean, people would have been going crazy. They might have resigned because it would have been, listen, I can't take this shit no more. There's no way if that dog was hit by that door that we would not have heard about it, because everything else got leaked. Why wouldn't they leak that the dog got hit? Now, if the dog really did get hit, I could see CM Punk, or anybody for that matter, swinging at somebody over their dog. A lot of people really, really care about their pets. Pets are a member of the family. You know how Sami Zayn is the honorary Uso? People's dogs are like the honorary member of the family. You do not F with people's dogs. You just don't do it. Straight up.
Nope.
So if that dog was hit, CM Punk would have turned Super Saiyan real quick. So that's why I think it's cap. Because
Stop the cap.
there's no way we would have heard, oh yeah, man, the dog got hit and Punk just went crazy. Come on. That leaked information, that information would have been leaked. Now, I'm just curious as to why the hell is this coming out now? Like, that doesn't, like, why all of a sudden now somebody wants to try and lump the dog into all of this madness at the Brawl Out? That's not weird to you? It's weird to me.
How, Sway?
It's weird. All this time, damn near 2 months go by, and now, oh yeah, and Punk hit him because he hit his dog in the face. Stop it, son.
Stop the cap.
It just doesn't sound right to me. It just doesn't sound right. But apparently, they don't know what's going on with Punk. Apparently, like I told you guys a couple of days ago, they were talking about buying Punk out. Don't know if that's going to be true or not, but we'll see. The Elite, I guess I'll tell you guys right now, the Elite had a Thanos-like promo where everything disintegrated. It was like everything just went away. The Elite press conference in the beginning in Jacksonville, the Elite Trios titles, there were 3 or 4 different segments where the Elite just got, Thanos'd. And that just means to me that they're ready to come back, and they're going to come back soon. There's a pay-per-view in a couple of weeks. Tony Khan's probably going to want them on that show. That's first. I do believe that whatever investigation happened, it's got to be almost over. I do believe that they will be cheered. They will be welcomed with open arms. And make no mistake, without the Elite, there is no AEW. So there is a lot of truth to that promo. But it was a nice promo. I think the A and the W at the last minute got disintegrated, and then the E was the only thing that was left. The Elite will be back soon. I can't wait to see him back. And you know what? Those guys were banged up. I think the rest will do them some good. I really do. I really think that the rest that they were able to get because of this unfortunate suspension, I think it's going to help them out a lot. So I fully expect them to be on point and shake off the ring rust rather quick. But yeah, I don't think they hit that man's dog, man. He would have went crazy.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
People who shots fired your ass over their dog. So, I don't know. I don't see it. But we'll see what happens moving forward in the next couple of days. When the news comes out, you know I got y'all. Now, let's get to AEW. We started off with the JAS versus the BCC. And I know what... Listen, for all of you who thought I said BBC...
Stop it. Get some help.
Get your minds out of the gutter. God damn it. But this was a good back and forth match. The end of this match was spectacular. You had Claudio Castagnoli basically whooping everybody's ass. Claudio was not playing. There was a spot where he had Jericho, and then he had Jericho, and then Daniel Garcia jumped on his back. So he basically held him there. He spun Jericho around, did the spin. After that, he went out, beat up Daddy Magic, beat up Jake Hager. He just whooped everybody's ass. He beat everybody up. He ran wild. He did a senton, I think, to the other guy, and not Daddy Magic, the other guy, and he power bombed. Jericho had the bat and was about to knock him out with it, and he basically power bombed Jericho with the bat. The bat went flying, stayed in the ring, and Claudio hit Jericho with the neutralizer and got the pin over Jericho. Now, I think this is great. I think Claudio, as Ring of Honor champion and losing it the way he did, he never got his rematch. So we be seeing that soon. And I think that the fact that he beat Jericho gave him a lot of momentum tonight, and in which they desperately needed, because Blackpool Combat Club been losing a lot lately, and they needed this win. Jericho got mad in a loss, and he said he's challenging any Ring of Honor champion next week for a fight. So that will be happening. Hopefully they could get a number of people who've been Ring of Honor champs. Hopefully they get somebody notable and somebody we all can rock with. Bring more eyes to the title. Also backstage, you had Bryan Danielson being argued by Renee Paquette. And stop the show.
Stop it.
No, not that one. Renee Paquette was all over this show. I think she had like 4, 5, 6 segments. Give me more Renee Paquette, yes please. It just seems so natural. It seems like a good fit. Don DeMarco for Tony Khan. It just seems like a good fit. Obviously, she did this in WWE. Obviously, she was good on Talking Smack. I just like Renee Paquette's whole aura. Like, her whole aura backstage it just helps everything. It helps everything. That is a great pickup. And, yeah, that's going to do wonders for AEW. Great pickup for them. If I didn't say it, I'll say it again. Bryan Danielson backstage getting interviewed by Renee Paquette. Bryan Danielson said he's frustrated. He's frustrated he lost. He's frustrated he lost again. He's frustrated that Wheeler Yuta spoke up to him. So he says he's going to take his frustrations out on poor Sammy Guevara.
You activated my trap card.
And man, did he ever. But Wheeler Yuta came back and he said, you see that? I'm glad you're mad, Jericho. Sorry, not Jericho.
You stupid.
Danielson, I'm glad you're mad. It's about time you showed us something. And they began to draw back and forth. Rising tensions. Bryan Danielson pushed Yuta. They were about to fight. Claudio said, enough. We're going to talk about this later. It's Yuta's birthday, and we just won. We're going to celebrate. Danielson just looked at him and said, you know what? Happy birthday. And then he walked off, and that was the end of that.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
But that's good. We got tensions. I don't think they're breaking up the BCC just yet, but it's good to have some tensions and good to see that people care. I like the fire in Danielson. We got the American ass kicker tonight. Forget the American Dragon. We got the American ass kicker tonight. So, really, really love this. Really, really love this. Next, we had, well, I guess we could talk about it now. We had Danielson versus, actually, no, that took place later on. So, you know what? I'll save it. I think it took place later on in the night. But I don't want to talk about it just yet. But you know what? I will. Why not? We had Danielson versus Sammy Guevara. We had a Spanish Fly here and a Spanish Fly there. This was fantastic. You had Ty Mello at ringside. Danielson just beat the holy Chop City. He basically hit Sammy with Chop City. Perfect. I'm sure everybody loved that. But he gave 0 Fs last night. 0 Fs. Chopping the hell out of Sammy, beating him up, stomping his freaking head in. He hit him with that spot. The end came when he hit him with the Bicycle knee, stomped his freaking head in, and then put him to sleep with the label lock and called it a day. Bryan Danielson, good win for him. I think he needed it more than Sammy did. Sammy is freakishly athletic, doing Spanish flies on the outside and doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Sammy started off the match hot, but in the end, he lost to the knee and all the extra stuff. Then we had FTR versus Swerve in Our Glory. And this was fantastic. We also had the Acclaimed out there sitting and watching the match from the top of the ramp. We had, we had, the ending of this match was great. So we had Keith Lee in a superplex position. Don't know what was going on. Keith Lee, first of all, Don DeMarco for him. He hurdled both these men. Keith Lee shows off his athletic ability. He is every bit of 300 plus pounds. What is Keith Lee? 6'3", 6'4". He's a very large gentleman, and he is very, very athletic. Shows us all by hurdling FTR. This dude is simply amazing. Ever since the first match I saw with Keith Lee, him and Matt Riddle, I was like, damn, both these guys are incredible. So, Don DeMarco for Keith Lee. And the end of this match was great. Keith Lee, I guess, was slipping, and they were supposed to hit him with a superplex, but he wasn't trying to stay on the top rope. So he was just like,
Stop it. Get some help.
And he did a second rope superplex. And shout out to Dax Harwood. Dax basically had to muscle him up, and that had to suck. But then when he took the superplex, he turned around and landed on his, and then turned around almost to his front. So when Cash Wheeler did the damn body splash, he landed on his back and not his front. So the commentary team cleaned it up. They said, "Oh, if it wasn't for him landing awkwardly on his back, that might have been over." So if it was a botch, they caught it. If it wasn't, it is what it is. The Ass Boys were out there, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Swerve threw Cash Wheeler. No, they hit Keith Lee with the big rig. That's what happened. After that, they hit Keith Lee with the big rig, and then Swerve pulled out Cash Wheeler so that there was not a 3 count. So it was like 1, 2.
Nope.
And then he pulled out Cash, which is great because I didn't see it coming. So he pulled him out.
Emotional damage.
And then after that, they throw him into the Ass Boys. So the Ass Boys, they're holding Cash Wheeler while FTR hits the big rig on Keith Lee. So that was all she wrote. Sayonara. It is what it is. FTR now can go fight the Ass Boys. Swerve in Our Glory will now have one more shot at the tag team championships. They will probably lose, and Swerve will probably go heel on Keith Lee because he's the one who hit. Oh no, I'm tripping.
You stupid.
What's the name? He hit Dax Harwood in the balls. That's what happened. After they got thrown into the Ass Boys, he got hit in the nuts. Dax Harwood got hit in the nuts by Swerve. That's why, and then that's how he got hit with the Big Bang Catastrophe for the win by Keith Lee. Swerve is going to make an excellent heel. He's already heelish. He's already doing heelish things, hitting people in the huevos. So I cannot wait to see him go heel on Keith Lee at Full Gear because I think that's what's going to happen. Then we had a teaser trailer Thanos promo by The Elite, which was great. Snap and you're gone. I talked about that already. We had Jamie Hayter versus Riho with Dr. Britt Baker at ringside. But before that, we had Saraya talking to Renee Paquette, and Dr. Britt Baker came and interrupted, and then they just started talking, and it was like talk. All I heard in there was bitch. It's like that's all I heard, and then
Surprise, motherfucker.
Renee was like, listen, ladies, if we're going to do this, we're going to talk about this on a talk show. We're not doing this right now. Dr. Britt Baker left, and then we had Jamie Hayter versus Riho, which is really good. Riho got a lot of offense in this, but the right woman won. Jamie Hayter won. She beat her with the Rainmaker with the very hard ripcoil clothesline. And Toni Storm came out and held the belt up and said, "We the ones." So that happened. The Kingdom aren't scared. They had a promo. They said they aren't scared of War Joe. Matt Taven is Ring of Honor Grand Slam champion, and soon he will be the new TNT champion. Wardlow then had a promo saying, listen, I'm going to give you the Powerbomb Symphony. That happened. No, nothing wrong with that.
Stop it.
Moving on. Then we had an Eddie Kingston promo, and Eddie, who is, see, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. Okay, great. You can leave me alone. You can leave me alone now. I don't care. Renee Paquette asked him who did he think was going to win between his best friend, Penta, and Jon Moxley, who's his road dog. And he said, listen, man, I don't know. I got, Penta's my boy, but I think he said he had to go with John, if I'm not mistaken. But he then smiled and said, okay, guys, I'm good now. Okay, I just want everybody to leave me alone. Great. So Eddie Kingston looks like he's about to go off the deep end and go Super Saiyan on everybody. More Eddie Kingston on my TV, please. And hold up. I got to say something. Where in the holy hell is Miro?
How dare you?
Hey, yo, TK. Where's the Bulgarian Beast, bro? What's going on here? Where's Miro at? Where is the Redeemer? Because he said the pagans needed to be rectified, and he is the only ones who can judge him are God and his hot, flexible wife. So says the word of the Redeemer. Man, I miss Miro. Oh, that was a terrible, what's the name? But I don't care. I miss Miro, man. Miro is dope. We then had Darby Allin explaining why Sting wasn't there. He said, listen, Sting, I just want to, be left alone and, fade away. And Sting was like, no, I will not allow it. You're the one who brought me out of retirement. It's all because of you. And I need you to find that deep down in the pit of your stomach and power through. And he said, well, if that's the case, then I got to go at it alone. And he said, I respect it. So he respects it. And Jay Lethal said, we're going to have a fight next week, and I'm going to show up with somebody who knows all your weaknesses, I guess. So, cool. That actually happened. And then we had an MJF promo. Let's not forget about that. And then I'll talk about the main event. We had an MJF promo where he went out to talk to Renee Paquette. And he said, listen, he's going to have a fair fight again. Well, first of all, he ragged on Mox for a while. He did the shoulder thing, and he said, "Yo, bro, I'm going to make you bleed, bro." So he ragged on Moxley a little bit. He told Renee Paquette, "Hey, respectfully, no disrespect, but shut your mouth." And everybody was like, "John's gonna kill you."
Stupid.
I'm joking. They didn't say that, but it's funny. So after he told Renee to shut her mouth, he said he's not losing to MJF. MJF is not losing to Mr. Moxley. He says he's going to beat him. He got everybody to, he cut a babyface promo saying that he was going to do it legit. He took out the diamond ring and he said, "I am not going to hit. I'm not going to use this dynamite diamond ring to beat Jon Moxley." And immediately I was like,
Stop the cap.
the devil is a lie. But then Stokely Hathaway came out and he said, "Listen, man, we're going to go get him. Don't worry about it. We're going to go beat him up." And Moxley said, "Listen, if you touch a hair on Jon Moxley's head, you're fired." So Stokely said, "All right, say less."
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then MJF got everybody to sing along with him. His catchphrase, he said he's a generational talent. And he said, "Listen, I am Maxwell Jacob Friedman because I'm better than you." And everybody said, "And you know it." So that happened. Main event time. Jon Moxley fighting El Penta Cero Miedo. Long story short, Penta hit him with the fear factor, dropped him right on his dome, but then he got caught doing the springboard and he got caught with the paradigm shift, and then he got hit with the Death Rider, and that was all she wrote. So the main event was good. It's Penta and Moxley. They beat the hell out of each other. Nothing wrong there. All is well. But then here comes the Firm. The Firm comes down immediately, and they start beating down on Jon Moxley, start beating him down. And at this point, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So they start beating down on him. And then here comes MJF. He's struggling to find out what he's going to do. He's like, "I don't know if I want to go inside." He's like, "I don't know if I want to go inside. I don't know if I want to stay out here. I just don't know. Do I want to help this guy? Do I not want to help this guy?" So he went out there and effectively pulled everybody from the Firm off of Mr. Moxley. And then they was like, he fired Stokely Hathaway. He ran down, took him off. He said, "You're fired. You're fired. I told you not to do that." He looked at Moxley, turned around, and he ate a super kick from Ethan Page. And they proceeded to whoop his holy ass all the way up and down the goddamn strip. So they're beating the holy hell out of him, and major shots fired.
Shots fired.
And I believe it was Ethan Page hit him with the Eagle's Edge. Man, it was a beautiful looking Eagle's Edge, and he sold the hell out of it. Shout out to MJF. And then W. Morrissey said, "Well, that's not good enough. I'm going to put you through a table." And he just put him through a table just because he wanted to. So Mox gets his ass kicked. MJF gets his ass kicked. Stokely Hathaway's still here like, what the hell's going on? I'm fired. You can't fire me. I fire you. We don't know. Now, here are my theories.
How dare you?
I know. And that's how Dynamite went off the air. But here are my theories. MJF could go one of two ways. The heel way, it could be a whole big swerve. He could say, "I'm not going to use my Dynamite Diamond Ring." But he uses the brass knuckles that William Regal keeps talking about. That's one way they could do it. And he still is MJF. He's going to cheat. And he does cheat. And he wins the championship. Second thing they could do, I'm not going to use this Dynamite Diamond Ring. I'm going to beat you clean as a whistle. And he beats Jon Moxley clean as a whistle. Third thing they could do is he could go back heel. Well, that would be the babyface thing to do. Third thing he could do is he could go back heel, and the Firm could be in on it the whole time. So the Firm came through and beat him up because he said, "Listen, guys, I need this to look real. I want you guys to beat me up. Don't hold back. I'm going to come out there, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to save him, but I'm not. And he could be swerving us all, making us believe that the firm is really broken up and they aren't on his payroll when they really are. So anything they do, I love it. If you like it, I love it. I love what they're doing right now. I think it could be absolutely fantastic, this story, because long-term storytelling, and they are killing it right now with MJF. Anything MJF storyline touches is gold. So I'm all for MJF knocking it out. So we will see what happens. Now, as for seeing what happens, I'm going to see what happens because I am out. So, once again, if you didn't know, now you know. Check out my socials. Hit the like button.
Stop it. Get some help.
HBO, help a brother out. You already know, hit the like button and the algo for me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. We got more news tomorrow to see what's going on. Please keep your dogs safe. Keep them away from doors. No more locked doors. And I am out. Peace.